Hey guys! So I feel like it's been forever since I filmed a video, and I'm sorry, but life just happens. These past few months in school have been just crazy busy. I've had so many tests for some reason the past couple months all come together, so I've not had much time to read. But I did read a total of 2 books and 2 novellas last month, which is pretty good considering I had finals and a lot of end of the month projects due, so it was kind of crazy. Alright, so the first book I read, I think I actually read this one at the end of March, because I feel like it's been a while since I finished it, but that is The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. I gave this one a 5 out of 5 stars. This one is probably one of my new favorite books ever. It is so good. I'm not going to go too much into it, because I've already mentioned 5 other times, I do plan on doing a review on this, and yeah, I'm really excited to talk about it and see what you guys thought, and yeah, I'm just so excited. But basically, to sum this up, it's like a dystopian type book where kids have these special abilities that they could just do crazy stuff, and their parents and all the other adults are freaked out by them, so they send them all off to these camps. And the storyline follows a girl who is placed in one of these camps, and she's got her very own special ability, but that's all I'm going to say for now, because I am going to do the full review, like I said, and yeah. The second book I read this month, I'm so glad I picked this up. I kept putting this off for I really don't know what reason at all, and the main motivator to read this was Heather from Heather's Book Review, because this is one of her all-time favorite books. And I do trust her taste pretty well with books, because I end up usually loving the same things that she does. So I'm like, okay, I gotta read this, and I need to just get it out of the way. And that is Shatter Me by Tahereh Mafi. Again, I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars. This is another one of my favorites. It was a really good month. I've read 2 of probably my all-time favorite books in this past month. So I am really excited. Can't wait to pick up the sequel, and I will be doing a full-on review of this one as well. Basically, to sum this one up, it's about this girl whose touch is lethal and it can kill, sucks the life out of somebody. Kind of reminds me of Rogue from X-Men. Because isn't that what she does? I don't know, I could be just making stuff up, but I'm pretty sure there's someone in X-Men that does that. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but I know there's someone. But it's the first novella I read this month, and it was Destroy Me by Tahereh Mafi. I really hope I'm saying her name right, because I feel like I'm saying it so wrong. But basically, this is just told from, if you guys have read Shatter Me, there's the villain who I won't even go into right now, but this is told from his point of view, and I went into this series kicking and screaming, determined not to like this guy at all, and this one has kind of opened my eyes to him, and now I'm really intrigued by him, and I'm really interested to see what's going to happen in the second book. But I'll kind of talk about this with my other, with Shatter Me, because they kind of tie in together, so it just makes sense to do. If we're giving this one a rating too, I'd give it a 5 out of 5. I feel like these are really easy ratings, but these have been just amazing, amazing books. Alright, and the second novella I read is The Prince by Kira Cass, and this one is technically the in-between book for the selection and the elite. I think on my Goodreads I gave this a 5 out of 5, but now that I've thought about it, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5, just because, I mean, there wasn't too much new things going on in this, and it didn't make me like or dislike Prince Maxon any more than I already have, because I already love him, so yeah. And when I was comparing it to the other novella I read, I really liked that one because you just saw a whole different depth of that character, and a lot of things were open to me, and I'm like, what? And this one, I kind of already knew these things, so it wasn't a shock, but it was a fun read, and it was kind of fun to see inside his mind with everything going on, so yeah. Alright, so that sums it up for what I have read, and now I will hurry and get into what I plan on reading, and I'm really excited this month. I really hope I get to finish all of these books, and I probably will, I'm going to be honest with myself, but yeah. Right now I'm currently reading, I don't have it with me, and I don't want to go get it because I don't really know where it's at the moment, but it is Crossed by Ali Kandi. It is the second book in the Matched trilogy, So I think I'm about halfway done. Hopefully I finish it within these next few days because now I'm off from school. But I do know that the first book I'm going to read after I finish Crossed is Unravel Me by Tahara Mafi. This is the second book, like I've mentioned, and I'm really excited to dive into the story again. I would have read this right after Shatter Me, but I didn't order this one yet, and I think I was about only 20 or so pages into this Shatter Me when I'm like, okay, I need to order the second. So now I've been trying to wait and see if I like the first book to order the second, so if I hate the first one, I didn't waste money on the series if I didn't like it. But I knew within like the first couple bits that I was going to love this series. So I'm really excited to read this. I love these pages. They're all like distressed, is that the word? But yeah, I'm really excited and I can't wait. Next book I'm going to read this month is, of course, The Elite by Kira Cass. This is the second book in the Selection series. So if you haven't read the first one, go read it. If you haven't read Shatter Me, go read it. And I promise you guys will most likely, I hope, love it because I know most people have loved these series. This one's kind of hit or miss. I know some love it, some hate it. It's just your personal preference, really. But yeah, are any of you guys annoyed by the little stickers that come on these books? I've been trying to get this off without really destroying the cover. Oh, hey, look. It came right off. Okay, that one was a little bit easier. But yeah, I hate it when you stick it right on the book and then you try to peel it off and then it leaves like all that residue. Oh, I hate it. Hate it. Alright, the next book I'm really excited to read is actually on my Kindle, and it is Crush by Nicole Williams. That was a mistake. Anywho, this is the third and final book, I believe, in her series. I'm not sure if it's called the Crash series. We'll go with it. Basically, if you haven't read the first two, it's like a romance type book with a lot of drama in it. It's, I believe, a new adult contemporary book. That's all I can really classify it as. I don't want to make it sound like it's this like horrible series because it's actually one of my favorite new adult books that I've ever read, and I'm so excited to finish this and see. It's kind of bittersweet when you finish a series because you don't want it to end, but at the same time you want the closure. But I can't decide if I'm going to read the first two again just to kind of refresh it on my mind because I think I read both of them in like December or something, which I know wasn't really that horribly long ago, but I read so many other things that my mind's a little foggy on what's happened between this and a couple of other books. So I might just reread it because I know I loved the first two and I read them in like a day because they were so good. So I'm not worried about not getting to this if I read the other two. Alright, and for the last book that I want to read this month, so what I did was, I usually try to pick at least 4 books that I want to read each month. That's my goal, really. I decided to kind of do this new thing, and I've seen a lot of other booktubers start doing this too, and I thought I should just made a video when I did this because I started this like almost 3 months ago, and I just did it because I always found myself just staring at my shelves thinking, what am I going to read next? So what I did was I put all the books that I need to read on a piece of paper, folded it up, and put them. I have these little cupcake, like, I have another one up at the top, but it's supposed to be like a piggy bank. But I put the slips of paper in these, and then I was going to draw like 1 to 2 each month. So it would morally force me to read books that I typically wouldn't go for first, so that I can get books that have sat there for a long time off my shelf and onto my red side of the shelf. So that was like my main motivator, was so that it would get me reading more things that I wouldn't pick up normally. And my goal with this was typically I would like pick 2 books that I really want to read and draw 2 books from these. But since there were 3 books that I've been dying to read, I'm going to read those for sure. So yeah, we'll get started. Alright, so shake this up. See what we get. Tiger's Curse. Ooh. Allie, you'd be very proud of this right now. Alright, so the fourth and last book that I will be reading this month that I've drawn is Tiger's Curse by Colleen Houck. I really hope I said that name right. But this is the cover. I'm in love with her covers. And this book has been sitting on my shelf for quite some time now. And I've been meaning to get to it. But now, hey, now I don't have an excuse because I drew it, so now I have to read it. So, yay! Alright, so that was my March/April wrap-up and my May to-be-read pile. So let me know what you guys are reading down in the comments below. And also let me know if you've read any of these books, and I would love to talk to you guys about them. So yeah, and look out for those 2 reviews on Shatter Me and Darkest Minds. They will be up hopefully sometime really soon. They will be up this month though. Now that I have a lot of free time, it's going to be nice. So with that, I will see you guys next time. Bye!